I'll do the intro this time.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. On today's video, we are checking out Dean Lamb's, I guess it's not your signature guitar, but it's a guitar brand that you're developing. So this is pretty much the complete opposite of an unbiased gear demo because we are here with the person who made the guitar or is making the guitars himself. So yeah, nobody's really done a video on these guitars except for you on your own channel because they don't technically exist yet. Yeah. So we kind of got a little bit of an exclusive here. But yeah, I've been seeing you play these for about a year. Last time I went to your studio, I think you still had like the bare wood version with no strings on it. So it's been cool to kind of see a little behind the scenes of what you got going on. And this is my first time actually seeing the final, I don't know if it's a prototype or the final. We can talk about that in this video.
Yeah.
See what you got going on.
Yeah, so my name is Dean Lamb. I play in the band Archspire, the technical death metal band Archspire. About a year and a half ago, I kind of ran into a thing where I was like, you know, being with a guitar company is very cool. And you know how it is. You can see there's a million
just a few
guitars. There's so many guitars in this room. Supporting a guitar company that supports you is very cool. Working with companies, that's awesome. I love it. And I worked for a very long time with Kiesel Guitars, about 8 years. I had a signature model with them. They supported us since, 2015. So I worked with Kiesel for a long time and it was great. And I kind of just hit a point in my life where I was like, maybe there's something kind of else that we can do. And so I left Kiesel Guitars and I made a post saying I left Kiesel and I'm now a free agent. And then my buddy Greg messaged me and he said, hey, have you ever thought about making your own guitar company? And that stuck with me so hard.
Well, the thing with making a signature guitar with a pre-existing company, for those of you that don't know, is it is obviously very cool and an honor, but you are working within the framework of what that company has already established. So, like working with Kiesel, for example, I think you were able to do some things that were outside of the specs they already offered, but for the most part, like with Ibanez or whoever, I love all these companies, but like you would be making something that is a variation of something that already exists. You're not gonna really be able to go to an Ibanez or a Jackson and be like, hey, I wanna make this unique body shape with this headstock, and they're not going to do that. Obviously, they have so much overhead costs and they have machines that do these shapes already, so it's a lot easier for them to be like, okay, we can make a Ibanez RG with a different color because we already have all the machines for that. Yeah. So it is very cool, but it is limiting in a way where it's like, yes, you can get a signature guitar or a custom guitar, but it's within the frame of what already exists. Whereas I'm assuming making your own company, you don't really have those restrictions because you can do whatever you want, I guess we're about to find out.
A lot of these companies go to big OEMs, big guitar manufacturers overseas, and if you submit a new order to that company, to that manufacturer, that goes into a list, and that list is fucking long, and that list has orders of guitars that have MOQs or that have order numbers that are 10 times what you're putting in, 20 times, 100 times. So the priority is low. So not only do you have to get through all the R&D and figure out what the guitar is actually going to look like, and the back and forth of that, there's a whole backlog of just doing that. Then you also have to put it into the pipeline of actually making it. When Greg hit me up about this, I was like, being able to do our own thing at our own pace and putting our plans as priority and then putting it into a pipeline is going to save years. Not only that, I can do Greg and I can do whatever the hell we want. We can make a crazy, wacky guitar, make something straight down the middle, all the features that we want, we can determine pricing. That's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And it took us many, many months, probably almost a year, to really dial in what we wanted. And we knew we wanted something sharp and aggressive, but something also that was familiar and had our favorite things that we like about the guitars that we both play. A 7-string and an 8-string. He plays 7-string, I play 8-string. So I love a big...
No 6 strings.
Yeah. So we developed this company. It's called Ethos Guitars. First thing I wanted was a big headstock. And I love this big sword-like headstock. I think this stuff is so awesome, so sharp and so cool. 5 and 3, I thought that was awesome. I also just love all black. And all black, rich light fretboard, raw tone finish, that kind of thing. This is the culmination of us doing many prototypes and then piecing it together. And I actually went over to Montreal, to Quebec, and I helped Greg put something together and finished it by hand myself. And I'm like, this is a weird thing to do. I did a little bit of that in high school, but not too much. So what a cool opportunity that is. This guitar is the prototype of the production model. So this is the 8-string, the BFG 8. This is an Indonesian-made prototype that we have now put in the order for the first run of these guitars.
So they're real.
They're real. So I want to give you just like a rundown of the specs that we chose and why we picked them. First off, some of the most important things for me, and maybe for you, stainless steel frets, mandatory.
Definitely.
I cannot have a guitar without stainless steel frets. It makes no sense. They don't wear as quickly. They just sound a bit brighter. They're better. They are more expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, and they'll last way longer though. For
way long. Another thing is locking tuners. I put these Graphtec ratio tuners on here.
Yeah.
The actual production model has a different but very similar type of tuner, similar quality to any of the ones that you've used.
Gotcha.
Anytime that you see a company that has their own laser engraved,
like a Schecter or whatever, gotcha.
It's going to be that kind of quality.
Okay, cool.
I have another one at my office with those tuners on them, and they're great. The nut, the Graphtec Tusk nut, those ones are awesome.
Also Canadian.
Also Canadian, right here in Richmond, I think it's
something like that. Yeah, Tsawwassen, somewhere on there.
Yeah, we went with the Seymour Duncan Nazgul Sentient pickup combo. Those pickups, this is the first time I've actually played them on this guitar. Super sick.
My yellow Aristides back there
has
the Seymour Duncan Pegasus.
Oh, okay. You like it?
I love that, yeah. So you said the Nazgul Sentient?
Nazgul Sentient, yeah.
Yeah, I've had the Nazgul in so many guitars as well. The Nazgul and Pegasus are similar, but like, yeah, they always.
Oh, okay.
I've never had one I didn't like.
Yeah.
With those pickups.
Yeah, I really dig the. I mean, it's just got great something. Yeah. The low string sounds really nice. So yeah, I love that. We have our Ethos guitar sigil. Greg made that for us. We wanted something cool and unique there it is. I don't know. It's cool. No tone knob.
Good.
The hip shot bridge. This bridge is just, I've had them on every Kiesel that I've had. I've had them on other guitars. They're just like great.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I don't want like a floating bridge for this kind of guitar. It's an 8-string. Let's go simple. Let's go something that people know.
Yeah.
There you go. So the neck is a 5-piece walnut maple. I just love the look of that. It's so dark and nice looking, and it's got great contrast. Holy crap. Greg spent many, many months working on all of the contours on this guitar. So like specifically like the neck heel, all that kind of stuff. He is, okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my business partner, Greg. He designs fonts. So his job for a long time was just staring at little lines and making sure that they curve perfectly in the right way. And so that's the kind of person that you want on your side when you're developing something that is supposed to have a nice flow to it, something that looks intentional.
Yeah, you want it to be pixel perfect and all that. I think it's called kerning. Is that a
kerning
phrase?
is to do with individual letters
yeah.
going, the distance between certain letters. Yeah, but I do love that word, and I like that you know that word as well.
I have a degree in I have a Bachelor of Arts for something.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's useful for that word.
Yeah, kerning, dude. So what was great is that during the process, Greg and I just went back and forth, and he said, do you like this? What do you like about this? How do we change it? And we went with all the things, like I said, that we both like on guitars, but he has the ability to 3D model, and then he also built his own CNC machine. So he has a little shop in Montreal, and he has a little desktop CNC machine, and so he was just pumping out prototypes of bodies, seeing how they sat, and he sent me a bunch of them. And
I think that's what I would have seen.
Yeah, exactly.
Year and a half ago.
Yeah, so that was really, really cool. And I recently played this guitar on tour in Australia and New Zealand, and it was very, very sick. I love the sound of it. This one is a prototype, so we had just like, we were still like working out a couple of the kinks, but the production model, I think we fixed everything that was just, hey, it's a new guitar. Never existed before.
Yeah, for sure.
It came out of Greg and I's imagination, and now it's real. It's like, okay, so there's gonna be a couple things where like tweak this, tweak that. All right, now hit purchase. They hit that button we did, and that was a terrifying day for us. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no going back now.
Here's the thing that I've gone through, a weird thing in my life, is I've gone from buying guitars to getting discounts on guitars to getting guitars for free to buying guitars. I'm now like completed the circle.
Yeah.
One thing that Greg and I are gonna do is, because those guitars are on the way, we're gonna get them shipped to Greg's place, and then we're gonna do all the quality control ourselves.
Nice, that's sick.
And then we'll put them up for sale.
Awesome.
What we really wanted to avoid is doing pre-orders, because we don't want to be beholden to people that have put money down on something that isn't up to the standards that we have for that product.
No, that's the way to do it. There's been way too many smaller luthiers who do the pre-order model, and unfortunately the customer gets burned, where it's like, hey, this was supposed to be completed in 6 months, and I've waited 2 years, and by the time you get it, maybe it's not even what you want anymore, or whatever, right? So I think the way you're doing is much more. It's obviously more expensive for you, but I think it's a more honorable way to do it.
Yeah.
Not that pre-orders are like inherently a bad thing, but they've been abused so much by way too many people, unfortunately, that they have a very bad stigma attached to them. So I think it's cool that you guys are going for it in that way. So I respect that a lot.
Well, thanks. Yeah, a big industry that's been really deeply affected by the quality of pre-orders and quality of delivered product is the video game industry.
Definitely.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's people like, don't pre-order video games anymore.
Yeah.
Because they could just be total slop, just total crap when you get it. It's like, yeah, I get that. So that was a big thing. I mean, we have specs in here that they are indicative of a much higher sale price, and we haven't totally determined the sale price yet, but we wanted to bring all the specs that we love into a guitar that's not insanely prohibitively expensive. So we have like lumen lay dots, we have nice body woods, we have nice neck woods, we have threaded inserts, we have great pickups, we have a tusk nut, we have locking tuners, we have all this stuff. We have hours and hours and hours of Greg clicking on his computer screen trying to figure out, like, I really don't, like, I guess this is my part of the job, is me talking about this guitar on camera, but I really have...
Face.
Yeah, it's for better or worse, I am the face. The other side of it is all the thousands of hours that Greg has of experience of designing stuff, and then all the hundreds and thousands of hours he's put into designing this thing that I'm holding in my lap right now.
Yeah, well, and also you have played hundreds of thousands of hours of guitar.
Sure.
So you testing them out yourself.
We know what's up.
Before making sure, like, okay, these are good enough that I want other people to have them. That is definitely a large part of it as well, not just being the face, like I said.
Yeah. So when we do this quality control, we'll take all the guitars into Greg's shop, and we'll sit there and we'll go over every inch of all the guitars, make sure that they're up to standards, and then I think we're going to do a thing where I like sign all of them or something, maybe the back of the headstock, or maybe we have like a certificate or something like that. I don't totally know, but however that ends up happening, if that's something that's interesting to you, and if you are interested in picking up one of these guitars, or just hearing more about it, ethosguitars.com. You can go check stuff out. I've also done some videos on my channel about these guitars. Maybe you could help me out by playing this real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with this. Oh wow, the strap is high. I'm not going to use the strap.
I'm a little guy.
You're actually using all the strings.
I do use all the strings. Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird for me. Nazgul pickup always sounds so good.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it feels great. The neck, I will say, I think maybe you can speak more on what exactly the neck specs are. It's very funny. Right before we filmed this, I was saying, like, I'm very not picky about neck shape personally. Because I have so many guitars, I'm switching between them all the time. I get used to it pretty fast. But I will say, like, not in a bad way at all, this is thicker than I expected for somebody who plays as technical music as you do. So I don't know if you wanted to maybe, if you're able to, like, explain, like, the thought process behind the thicker neck, or why you landed on this, because I know you also used to play Ibanez, which is the total opposite and very thin.
Very thin. Yeah. It's actually an asymmetrical neck design. So there's like, I believe that the treble side is actually a little bit thicker than the bass side, and it changes as it goes up. So it's something that Greg designed just to feel as like comfortable as possible. And I think that maybe even the shapes of this has changed since the production model started. So I think the production model might be a hair thinner. So trying to find a good balance. I also found, you know what, dude, like thicker necks sound a little bit better.
It's a little more chunky, a little more sustained.
Yeah, you have more stuff there. It's just got more, you know? It's like, so I don't know. But it is something that Greg spent quite a while on, this asymmetrical neck design, which I think is very cool. And I don't know, I've been pretty comfortable playing it live. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what people think about it.
Again, I'm definitely like not a bad thing at all. Yeah. I'm just like surprised because with the style of music you play, my brain is just like thin neck. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to hear, the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. A lot of your guitars have the truss rod control at the base of the neck, which is something we really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. The spoke wheel.
Better, yeah.
Dude, it's
I don't do my own setups, but I know for people who do setups, it is significantly easier to just, twist that rather than going up here, unscrewing a cover and doing all that. So definitely makes things easier.
Yeah, this one also has like carbon fiber rods in the neck and that kind of stuff. And it's just a great body feel. The neck heel is also a nice shape if you're going up high. I don't know how often you go up high. But yeah, we just wanted to make sure that there was like a bunch of quality of life things, like I said, threaded inserts for all like the cavity control.
That's something I was going to mention as well. But yeah, the gold inserts look so nice.
Yeah.
So cool.
The actual production model will ship with gold hardware for the tuners and the bridge. I just threw on it because I was changing tuners out because I wanted to try out these Graphic ones that they sent me. So I just matched it with a black bridge that I had at home.
Makes sense.
But it'll be all gold and black when it ships.
Nice. Yeah.
I like it a lot, dude. So one thing that we're working on in Canada. So this is an import model. Not only are we doing the import model, we're also working on a domestic line. Okay, cool.
So like more of like the premium built situation.
And while we were doing the prototypes, or while Greg was doing the prototypes for this, he was like, you know what, I hate working with wood. So he's working on something else.
I mean, hey, if you've watched my channel, you know I am not picky about wood at all. I have quite a few guitars that have no wood at all.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that as well.
Well, a big like awakening for me was like when I heard your Aristides without being plugged in, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, very loud.
Thing is so loud and bright and just amazing. So we might be working on something non-wood in Canada for the domestic line.
Cool.
And it's something that Greg has been spending every waking moment of his life lately working on, trying to figure out how to do it properly. And he's shown me a couple of videos and pictures of the stuff he's made. I'm like, okay, this could be really sweet.
Keep going.
Could be really sweet. He's gonna send me a new neck to try out pretty soon that's gonna fit to this guitar.
But made of a different material?
Made of a different material.
Interesting.
So very exciting about that.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that too.
Yeah.
The usual suspects, for those of you who might not know, is obviously wood is number one, but there's some alternates. Like I have a couple in this room. Like there's, you can get necks made of aluminum, or companies like Aristides makes their own proprietary material, or roof guitars as well.
Like that,
or Arium.
Arium, that's what it's called.
Yeah, and then roof guitars, similar concept, but it makes their own thing. So it's still not that popular, but more companies are starting to embrace maybe we don't need wood, which I think is really cool personally.
Yeah.
And again, you've toured way more than I have, but even on the tours I've done, almost every time I've gone on tour, at least one other guitarist in one of the band is like, oh man, it must be so nice not having to do anything. Like it's like I don't have to ever worry about the neck moving on me or anything like that, because it's not made out of wood. It doesn't matter if there's different humidity, different temperatures, sitting in a trailer, bouncing along the road.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
There's no pores to take in humidity, to lose humidity.
And again, when you're sitting in a room and not taking it anywhere, it doesn't matter quite as much, but that's where I think that material really shines, is like in a touring environment, or even, just traveling in general.
Yeah.
That stuff messes with wooden instruments so much more than I think a lot of people realize.
Definitely can.
Having a different material is definitely fun to not have to mess around with all that stuff every time you want to change your tuning or something, or change your strings even.
Well, having somebody like Greg on my team is like, he's this kind of obsessive person that's just, once he gets an idea in his head, he'll be like, oh, okay, I'll just spend all my time doing that. And I mean, I think that you and me are probably kind of like that as well. Where, I mean, I'm looking around your room right now, like you've built a thing because you're obsessed with guitars and you like doing videos, so that's what you'll do all the time.
Exactly.
It's like, you just surround yourself with enough people like that. Yeah, if you're interested in the Ethos guitars drop, we'll be putting them out sometime this soon, 2026, sometime this year.
Amazing.
And just sign up to the newsletter, ethosguitars.com. Please go check it out. And for anybody wondering, we're Canadian, and when you are in somebody's house in Canada, you take off your shoes.
Do you ever get comments about that? I do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why are you wearing socks?
Yeah.
I'm like, Why would you wear shoes in
I mean, I personally wear my shoes in all my videos because I don't do videos at my house.
Oh, fair.
I do them at an office like a normal person. But the
I've got the Dean feet reveal on my channel. That's really why people are clicking this. They don't care about this guitar at all.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's it's just a Canadian thing, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Don't bring the dirt inside.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Awesome. Hey, well, thanks for checking it out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the final production run of this.
Me too.
And I'm stoked for you, man.
Thanks,
it's really cool.